Good morning, folk. This is Romola from Circle of All Nations coming in with a little bit of an early wake up. I have just been talking to our friend, Professor Scott Simon, University of Ottawa professor, who is actually right now in Taiwan, has been there for many of the last few months, and he is sending greetings. Now I'm hoping he will call me right away so he can join in the live stream and share some thoughts from that far distant part of the world where it's already nightfall. Scott, please call. He's actually doing research with the Paiwan indigenous community at Kapanan on the Hengchong Peninsula of southern Taiwan, and that is where he is right now. So maybe I'll just call him.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm
You hear me
very
well?
good. So tell
Good.
us what you're doing.
I'm sorry?
Tell us what you're doing out there.
Yes, I'm in Taiwan right now, and I wanted to say hello to everybody because I can't be with you. But in Taiwan on the very southern part on the Hengchun Peninsula. I'm in a community of the indigenous Paiwan people, and today they commemorated the 149th anniversary of the Mudan incident. So it's a historical moment when the sailors from Okinawa, they got shipwrecked here, and there was a conflict, and about 50 people got killed from the Okinawan side, and then Japan stepped in to protect the sailors there and asked the Qing dynasty in China to compensate them for the loss of those lives. And the Qing dynasty at first said that's outside of China. It doesn't concern us. And so then the Japanese invaded, and then the people in China in the government there, they started to take concern about that, and so they declared sovereignty over the whole island of Taiwan. So it's kind of an important historical moment, and the local people are taking control of the discourse, and so they're trying to say that they were protecting their territory. They don't like the name that the government gives the incident. They're trying to think of new ways to come up with a history of what happened.
Okay, well, thank you.
So it's becoming a real movement for sovereignty and self-determination. There were two events today. One was the government held their event at the township office, and then there were more traditional folk had their own event. So it was a good day.
Well, thank you very much for the report
Yeah.
on what's happening over there. I
Yeah,
hear a
but
bit of.
indigenous people. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and indigenous people everywhere are standing up and asking for their voices to be heard now.
Yes, it's wonderful. Once you're off the phone, Scott, I'll tell people a little bit more about your conference a few years ago because I hear an
Okay.
echo. But carry on, share anything else you'd like with us.
Okay, good. Go ahead and tell about the conference and what we've done, and we'll just keep doing what we can to get the message of our grandfather, Elder Dr. Commanda, out to the world in Canada. I'm sharing his message here as well.
Well, thank you so much. Keep
Okay, thank you.
keep safe.
Yep, thank you.
And
Bye bye.
and Scott, post some
Yeah.
information about what you were talking about on our page.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, take
Bye.
care. Bye
Bye.
bye.
So I don't know. I see that we have some of my friends on up on Facebook already on our Circle of All Nations page already, and I see my son is out there. So Rob, can you tell me whether you could hear an echo when I was talking to Scott, or whether it came through well enough on the play. Uh, yeah, please send me a message about that because I could hear an echo while I was talking. But in the meanwhile, what I would like to say is that in 2017, Professor Scott Simon from the Ottawa University invited me to support the development of the Casca Anthropology Conference, the international conference that was hosted at the University of Ottawa. And my role was to present a William Commander presence in the overall conference. And it was rather special because Professor Scott Simon and his team um, promoted William Commander on their website such that thousands of people all over the world learned about Dr. Commander. And uh, um, we actually were able to host a very special Circle of All Nations workshop at the conference. And what we were attempting to do there was bring the voices of the grassroots, the community that William Commander had nurtured over, well, decades, um, the community that has informed my thinking so profoundly. But we were able to take the honor and acknowledgement that William Commander himself had received from academia through his first honorary degree at the University of Ottawa and then his second honorary degree from Quebec Outaouais by hosting a workshop that included grassroots and academic folk to bridge new streams of knowledge. Right now, Scott is working with indigenous peoples in Taiwan, and I think it's kind of marvelous. This is our conference hasn't even officially started yet, our online gathering conference, but we've already bridged the key theme. So thank you so much for staying awake. I know you've got stormy weather out there. Uh, Thank you for bringing that bit of energy to us, and we look forward to seeing you safely back in Canada in June. Take care, Scott. Our very best greetings to all the colleagues in Taiwan. Thank you. I see that Rob has not responded, but I see many of our other friends are out there. Could you folk hear Professor Scott Simon from Taiwan clearly? Can any of you send me a message to that effect? Or are you not paying attention? Anyway, I'm going to sign off now, and we'll see you back on in 20 minutes when we'll officially start our celebration of the 20th year since Grandfather Commander's Millennium Peace Gathering. See you soon. Bye.